Hey guys, Jason here and welcome to another episode of Driver's Paddock. Today I'm joined by John, who's the owner of this beautiful ND2 Miata. John, can you tell us a little bit about the spec of the car and what's been done to it?
Sure. So thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
So this is a 2023 Mazda Miata, or Miata, tomato, RF. So this has got the retractable roof. They come in two different variants, soft top and of course with the hard top version here. This is what we would call in the States the club version. Here in Canada, they call it GSP with the Brembo package. But essentially the club package adds these beautiful BBS forged wheels. You get the Brembo brakes. You also get really nice Recaro seats. And it does come standard with the Bilston dampers, as well as a limited slip differential.
So John, you've been around for a long time. You've been track driving so many cars. You're a time attack racer yourself. You've owned so many cars. Can you just let some of the viewers know your car history?
Yeah, sure. So it's pretty extensive, actually. I think I did the math the other day and I'm like at 86 cars. So I've had a lot of Hondas, Civics, CRXs. I've had Integra. As of recently, I've had two Civic Type Rs. I've had a couple of RX-7 turbos. A few German things like BMW 135i, Audi TT. And I've had a handful of Subarus as well, WRXs, STI. And then I've had 5 of the 8.6, the first gen platform.
So here's the thing, you've been track driving for years, you've owned all of these arguably amazing driver's cars, you're a time attack racer yourself. I have one question for you and I'm sure the people are dying to know from you, John. Is Miata the answer? All right, so we are in John's Mazda ND2 Miata. And right off the bat, it's cozy in here. I am 5'11", and I have about half an inch with my helmet, so I fit really well. I do have to recline the seat slightly more than I want to. However, I feel really cozy. And I'm gonna say one thing. I don't think this car needs buckets, and the reason why is the car is literally my bucket. Like, I have my thigh right up against the door, and this center console, it literally is squeezing me. So I'm really excited to get on track and see if Miata is the answer. Let's go. Right on track. Here we go. ND2 Miata. The throttle pedal is also like super short. Oh, heel toe downshift, amazing. Turn in. Whoa! A lot of body roll. Hold on, I gotta turn off traction control. There we go, traction control off. Whoa, there's so much body roll. And this car has the upgraded dampers, the Bilstons. There's so much body roll! This is so dramatic! Oh my god! I've done half a lap! Oh my god! This is so jokes! Oh my god! What is this thing? Oh, misshift there to 5th. There is so much weight transfer happening here. The front end is pushing a little bit. I keep misshifting to 5th. Oh my god! This thing is so funny! What is this thing? So much weight transfer going on. Oh, she gets sideways all right. Oh my god, there's so much weight transfer here in turn 2. Over the curb. Brake. Get it to rotate. Oh, it's beautifully balanced. I'm just four-wheel sliding there. Way too much weight transfer through the S's. Oh my God, this is so fun. What is this thing? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so fun! The diff is struggling a little bit there. Oh, fifth gear again. This thing has way too much wide roll. This is not a performance setup. This is a fun setup. Come on, keep it together. If you're not aggressive at understeers, you gotta be aggressive with this car. The suspension doesn't load up fast enough. Sliding through there. Good lift off oversteer, it rotates for sure. Oh, I keep hitting fifth gear. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting fifth gear. Okay, I am flying left, right, and center. This car is so fun, but it is so dramatic, and this is absolutely not a performance setup. And this is on the upgraded shocks? What the heck is it like on the stock suspension? All right,
and I can hear you shift down because I hear the diff lock up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so honestly, John, I'm so upset about that. I don't know why
man.
I keep hitting fifth. Like I'm trying to go from 4 to 3, sorry, from 3 to 4.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm hitting sixth or I'm hitting fifth. I don't know why that is. What is it like? A really short? I don't know what it is.
Well,
the gear. Okay, first it feels amazing. Okay.
The gearing is short in this car. So for what it's worth, most cars 1-to-1 is fourth gear.
Yeah. Okay.
This car 1-to-1 is sixth.
Okay.
The rear diff has a 2.86 final drive.
Okay. Okay.
So a lot of guys will put in like an automatic rear diff in here. Well, not they'll use the final drive out of an automatic, which is like 3.8, I believe, or 3.5.
Okay.
So it really shortens the gearing right up. But I haven't had any difficulties, but again, I'm also a little bit shorter. So maybe like my throw and angle is a little bit different. But yeah, like it's hard to say. I find the gearbox is pretty slick and pretty smooth, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I heard it a couple times and I'm like,
yeah, I just kept hitting sixth.
I'm like, he's on a flyer. He's got this.
Yeah. So I did a 27,
That's
but
awesome.
It has like 25 in it today for sure.
Oh,
like,
And with the stock suspension and tires, like that's phenomenal. Like the best I was able to do with those stock tires was 27.6. And then like I feel confident. Especially with you behind the wheel. There's no reason why it can't get a 25. I think.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just like my first 5 laps, misdrifting, getting to know it. But you'll see in the video, I'm just laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
It is so ridiculous.
Bonkers, yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Like the suspension, the lean, it's so dramatic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. I just did my 6 laps in the Miata, and it was so dramatic. Okay, let me just say I had so much fun right off the bat, but this is not a performance setup, okay? This is a fun setup. I imagine this car to be so much fun on a back road or on a canyon road, but on the track, it leaves a little bit to be desired, okay? The weight transfer is so dramatic. When you brake, all the weight shifts forward. When you accelerate, all the weight goes to the back. And when you try to load up the tire, it's so gradual and takes so long. And so this car on a set of Zetas or really high-end coilovers would be absolutely crazy, okay? The shifter is amazing, okay? The pedal box is amazing. The thing is, for some reason, when I go from 4 to 3, I keep hitting 5th, and when I go from 3 to 4, I keep hitting 6th. You'll see in the video, of course. That's quite frustrating because pretty sure I can put a blazing fast time in this ND2. But a few things that I don't like. Number one, of course, the suspension, right? But I don't think that's what this car is about. One is the diff. Coming out of turn 9, it's really struggling. Also out of turn 6, it's struggling, and out of turn 1, it's struggling. I wish the diff was just a little bit better, and I think partly is because this car has so much lean and all the weight is shifting to the outside wheel that I think the diff is struggling. It's only under very high G load that I'm getting that. I can feel the diff just struggling in the back. The next thing is the steering. Off center, I feel basically nothing. Okay, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great, the steering. And I think that's also partly due to the suspension, because when I turn and when I load up the wheel, there's that lag. The suspension is so soft that I'm not getting the directness that I'm looking. I'm not getting that immediate direction change. But you'll see in some of my driving, because it was so soft, I think the only way to drive this Miata is to throw it into the corner and to really, be a little bit more aggressive with the steering, such that you can load those tires up a little bit more, really try to push them down, because the compression damping is just, it's so soft and the spring rates are so soft. And through the S's, you have to throw the car the other way because it doesn't have the rebound damping to get the car to change direction very quickly. Now, of course, this is in the context of 10/10 track driving. If I'm driving this 9/10, 8/10, or I'm just hooning or sliding, this car is amazing. It is so much fun, and I'm just smiling ear to ear, laughing the entire time, giggling like a schoolgirl the entire time. And like I said, with a set of Zetas, this thing would be crazy, but I think you would lose some of that dramatic craziness that the Miata delivers. And so I am an owner of a Gen 2 BRZ, and the BRZ is of course sharper, the differential is better, the steering is better, but I have not had as much fun in my BRZ than I have had today in my first 6 laps in this Miata. It was so funny. All right, let's try to go fast here. The diff is not keeping up with me. Such a sloppy lap. Such a sloppy lap. Oh my goodness. Come on, Diff. Push me out. Come on, Diff, keep up with me. 26.76. It's not bad. Not bad. Sloppy driving. I am so sorry, Miata guys. Sloppy driving. I'm really trying to load up the tires aggressively so that it'll dig. But there's so much lean, the differential's not keeping up with me. And I have so many mischiefs and so sloppy. I'm so sorry, but this car can go faster for sure. Woo! Also, there's oil here. There's absolutely oil there. You saw the GTI go off. I had a little bit of slippy doodle there. Oh my goodness, this car. It's not as sharp, of course, as a BRZ, but damn, it's fun. It's dramatic. Okay guys, that was very sloppy driving by my standards, but as you can see, even though we bumped up the tire pressure, you can see how much rollover there is on the tire. That just speaks to how soft the spring rates are, and how this car, if you're really pushing it on stock suspension, guys, you need to up the tire pressures. I'm already at 36 hot, okay? And it's rolling over this much. And so, oh, I wish I could do this thing justice. I'm out of time. But the way that you have to load up the suspension to go fast in this car is very unique because of how soft the suspension is. So John, I'm gonna run some magic, okay? If I could teleport you back to any time. All right, no, I'm not gonna teleport you. I'm gonna teleport any car that you have owned in the past. I'm gonna teleport it here, and if there's a difference in money, you know, whatever, let's say that car costs $30,000, I'll give you the difference in the money, okay? You can have any one of your cars. You can have your S2000, you can have your Type Rs, you can have your STIs, you can have your BRZs, whichever one you want. Tell me which one would you take, and let the viewers know, is Miata the answer?
Miata is always the answer.
Give us your thoughts as someone who has owned how many cars?
I mean, about 86.
86 cars John has owned. Tell us, why Miata?
Well, I mean, simply put, it's attainable. It's available to the masses. It's not an overly expensive platform. Consumables are really inexpensive. So if you're just getting into this, whether it be you're on a serious level and you're competing, or even just like a weekend warrior, you really can't beat the affordability of this car. You know, you don't need to have deep pockets. It's also not super powerful. It is very capable and nimble out of the box. So you don't have to have an abundant amount of driver skill to drive this car. It's probably why it is one of the most raced grassroots vehicles that you can buy, right? And I've had plenty of other cars like, you know, the Type R, and, you know, a lot of those cars out of the box, you know, they needed intervention in terms of parts or, you know, cooling and all that other stuff. Whereas in this, you know, albeit it's a bit soft, out of the box, it's still fun.
So fun.
And that's what I really love about this platform is that, you know, it's inexpensive. It's attainable, and it's fun to own, fun to drive, reliable. Don't have oiling issues. Sorry. But you know, like, that's it. And I'll leave the track. I'll put the top down and enjoy a nice sunny drive home, and take my wife out later and for a dinner in it. And she's not afraid to get into it. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't replace this for anything. I think that there's a reason why Mazda still makes this car. Well, you know, 30 years after, you know, they're still making this car, 33 or 4 years now, right? So there's a reason. So yeah, I'm happy, and I really enjoy this car.
Amazing. Thank you so much for letting me drive it.
Not a problem. Thanks for taking it out.
Yeah. And I guess Miata is the answer. We'll catch you on the next one.